Okay. So the next thing now is we need to look at the folder, the project that we just completed just now. Um, we need require two things. We need this Git bash as well as Visual Studio Code. Okay. The Visual Studio Code is code editor. Your Git bash gives you you may be able to use some Git commands when you install your Git bash, and it comes handy, in Windows operating system, even Mac operating system. You can have it downloaded on your system. And if you go to this website, okay, that is git-scm.com, I have Git Batch downloaded for whatever platform you are using. Then we have the Visual Studio Code also. You can go to code.visualstudio.com to have it downloaded for whatever platform that you are using. Once you have that handy, then open this our test project folder. Don't forget this is what we created earlier, this React app. You can click on that, and you click on this git bash here, git bash here, and to open this command prompt, all you require to do is just type code dot. This dot means the current directory, and don't forget the directory we are in right now, which is tech hub directory. And if you use this code space dot, all you are saying is that whatever code editor you have installed on your system, the project folder will be opened with that code editor. And that is what we are planning to do now. So we expect this project folder to be opened in Visual Studio Code, and as you can see it here, so this is our Visual Studio code. So this is the project folder. If you look at it closely, look at these files here, and this file, you will see these are the same files you have inside if you navigate normally through your folder. So now, let's quickly look at what we have here. First thing, we have this readme file giving you some key information. You can also add to the readme file as well. Then we have this package.json. It's very important file. You need to focus on the dependencies, right? Any package you have installed to work with to build your project will be added to this dependency. Okay, will be added to the dependency. Git ignore will explain more on this, but you need to ensure that you have this node modules, this specific one added to your dependencies. It's very, very important. Now, let's go to the public. If you look at the public, what we have on the public are just this file, the logos, the index.html file. As you can see, the index.html file here. You see the edge, you see the doc type with the HTML. You see that everything is just as clean as the normal HTML file, and you can see the React app, as the title here. Let's run this application to see exactly how React app actually looks like. But this application is ready as it stands now. You go to this part here, just click on this part, go to terminal, click on terminal, and run these commands. npm start, npm start. So it's just possible to just start our server. I'll be able to view our application through the browser. Let's see what we have. Let's see what we have on this application right now. Okay, and okay, fine. While we wait for the server to be ready, go to the source file. You can see that we have couple of files here. We have the app.js file, we have the app.css file, we have the index.css, we have the index.js. We are familiar with all these, having a separate CSS file, external CSS file, and you import it into your application. So we'll be starting from the index.js. After we have our server, it's still initializing. If you look at it from here, it's still starting our server. But while we wait for that, let's quickly look at what we have here. We'll start from this index. Let's start from this index.html. If you look at the index.html, you will see that the only content we have inside our body is this no script, JavaScript. If you don't enable JavaScript on your browser, you will have this message. Okay, and we are not really interested in that. What we are interested in is this div. If you look at this div closely, it's inside this body element, and you have this div element with ID of what? Root. ID of root. You can use a class or ID of root when you are if you want to target a specific element for your CSS when you are writing your CSS file. Um, that is what we have on the. But let's go to index.js. You can see that the index.js is doing just only one thing. It's rendering just only one thing. This app here. Forget about this strict mode. When we go to some advanced concept, and you can see that it's just rendering this application. Okay, and where are we getting this application from? We're actually getting it from okay, the server is getting ready now. We're actually getting it from this app.js. If you look at it closely here, okay, the server is getting ready. The server is getting ready. Okay, you can see that we're getting it from there. From where? From this app.js. We're getting it from this file. Okay, we'll access this file, look at this file, look at the content of this file very soon. So when we look at this, we have this app and we are entering this application. So we just render it, and whatever content inside this app component will be rendered to the screen. So let's go and see what we have inside this app.js. So if you go to app.js, we discover that we have a bunch of HTML elements, and we are actually returning that HTML elements. So in React, we'll be writing our own component. This is what we actually call a component. Whenever you are writing a component, you've been writing function with your JavaScript for some time, and whenever you are writing your JavaScript application, what do? If you are writing a function, you just use name, whether capital letter, maybe uppercase or lowercase, doesn't really matter. But when it comes to creating a component, you must use what? You must use uppercase, okay, for your component name. And you can see here function app, and you can see that we are also exporting the same app. This is our application, this is our function. The function ends here. And in this file, this app.js file, we are now exporting this app function. We are exporting this app function. There are two ways you can actually export. You can do default, and you can also do named export. So as we progress, we'll discuss more on named export. Let's just stick to this default export for now. So you can see that we export what exactly are we putting here. We have a class header, we have logo, we have what else do we have? We have href, react.js, we have learn react. And the content you are seeing here, if you look at it closely, we have this app. The app is rendered by what? By the index.js. And if you look at it closely, what the index.js is targeting, it's actually targeting the index.html with an element that has an ID of. And don't forget that when we check our HTML index.html, what did we have? We have this ID of, which means whatever content inside this app component will be rendered on this div elements. Will be rendered within this div element. Okay, so let's go to the application and see what we have. So as you can see, you see the learn react here, you see save and reload. If you look our very well, let's go back to that code, which is app dot .js. If you look at this app.js and you look at this file, what do we have here? We have learn react, and you can see learn react here. We have this message, edit something 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 and save to reload. You can see that the content inside this app component is being rendered here, rendered in our index.js, and through that index.js we are targeting this HTML file, and that is exactly how we are going to write our application. So in the next video, right, we'll be editing this file, because by default when you create your React application for the first time, you need to actually remove certain things. So we'll edit this file and we'll put our own content, and you will see that we can actually edit and push our own content to the screen. So in the next video, we'll continue from editing this app component, and also we'll create our own components as well and display the components. Thank you.